Well, good evening. I now call the Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021 regular meeting of council to order. First item on the agenda under 2.1 is the adoption of this evening's agenda. Councillor G, Councillor Pearson, any additions? All in favor? It's carried. Item 3.1, adoption of the minutes of the previous regular meeting of council being February 9. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor G, any errors or omissions arising? All in favor? Carries. 3.2, adoption of the minutes of the previous special meeting of council being February 12, 2021. Councillor G, Councillor Pearson, any errors or omissions arising? All in favor? It's carried. We do have correspondence for action under 6.1 for proposed moose ungulate winter range in Omanika region. And the recommendation here that a letter be provided to the provincial government requesting that the village of Valemount be given an opportunity to provide comment prior to the end of the consultation period regarding the proposed moose ungulate winter range. What's council's wish? Councillor G, Councillor Blanchette, discussion. Councillor Pearson.
Just curious, the effect on the village of Valemount. This is Omanika region. Do we have any holdings in that area?
We technically do not. It's part of the carrier cut, which is slightly in and around, not in and around, around and above the Dunster Community Forest.
Okay.
And we do quite a bit of business with carrier.
Okay.
Further discussion? All in favor? Carried. Anything in the reading file anybody would like to pull out? I will remind all under number 5, the Columbia River Treaty Virtual Town Hall taking place tomorrow. It's, forget the time, 6:45? Be sure to tune in. Questions should have been forwarded to the organizers, but my understanding is our chief negotiator and our executive team from the province will be in attendance. Anything else, council? Administrative reports. We have a plethora of agreements to consider this evening for the Valemount Community Forest and Valemount Industrial Park Limited Partnership and shareholder agreements. And the recommendation here that the following be approved as presented. The Village of Valemount and the Valemount Community Forest Limited Partnership Agreement, version 7. The Village of Valemount and the Valemount Industrial Park Limited Partnership, version 3. The Village of Valemount and the Valemount Community Forest Shareholder Agreement, version 6. And the Village of Valemount and the Valemount Industrial Park Shareholder Agreement, Shareholder Agreement, version 5. What is council's wish? Councillor Pearson, Councillor G, discussion. Anything out of those agreements that popped out? Read them all.
Legal language in there.
And you, yes, there most certainly was. I think we started down this path December 2018, if I recall. So, long time coming. Good job for staff all around at the both the COM4 and Village. Further discussion? All in favor? They are approved. We have a couple of recommendations from the Clean Air Task Force regarding their terms of reference under 8.2, and a couple of recommendations here that are to be separated. That the amended terms of reference for the Clean Air Task Force be approved. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor Pearson, any discussion around the terms? All in favor? It's carried. And 2, that the village staff advertise for volunteers to serve on the Clean Air Task Force Committee. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor G, discussion. You'll convey our thanks to Ms. Thompson? Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Couple of budget items moving forward under 8.3, Northern Capital Planning Grant, Public Works Shelf Ready Projects. Number 1, that council approves the allocation of $18,000 from the Northern Capital Planning Grant Fund for the purpose of a water model calibration work plan. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor Pearson, any discussion around a water model calibration work plan?
I'll Google it later.
All in favor? Carries. Number 2, the council approves the allocation of $42,275 for the Northern Planning Grant Fund for the purpose of a water supply master plan for high lift pump station renewal. Councillor Pearson, Councillor Blanchette, discussion? All in favor? It's carried. And 3, that council approves the allocation of $15,000 from the Northern Capital Planning Grant Fund for the purpose of a public works building expansion work plan. Councillor G, Councillor Blanchette, discussion? Maybe. Councillor Pearson.
Quick question, I mean, this refers to the Public Works Building Expansion Plan. Are we talking the office building or the Quonset hut lean-to salt shed, I think it was, because I know there was concerns with its lifespan in previous discussions.
Mr. Robinson?
My understanding is that it's actually the office and associated garage and work area there, that's going to be planned.
Okay.
Building to the northernmost building in the center of I think it was a donation from VCTV. That's how far back that building goes. Further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Another budgetary item under 8.4, through the Northern Capital Planning Grant projects, Swift Creek Restoration. First recommendation here, council approves the allocation of $62,750 from the Northern Capital Planning Grant Fund to pay for the remaining cost of Swift Creek restorations not covered by the Community Emergency Preparedness Fund. Councillor G, Councillor Pearson, discussion? All in favor? Carries. And 2, that council approves the allocation of $38,750 from the Northern Capital Planning Grant Fund to pay for Swift Creek restorations in the event that the Community Emergency Preparedness Fund application is denied. Councillor G, Councillor Pearson, discussion?
So if this fund here is denied, also the 62,000, if we get that fund, that will come out of that fund as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there, under the program guides, Mr. Robinson, under the program fund guidelines, does the Community Emergency Preparedness Fund weigh in on things like the Northern Capital Planning Grant Fund? i.e., oh, you have funds, so you're going to be denied for this particular?
Not that I know of. There's no language like that, at least.
Okay, thank you. Further discussion? Hope I didn't jinx it. All in favor? Carries. 8.5, Northern Capital Planning Grant Fund for the Dogwood Lift Station Project. Recommendation here, the council approves the allocation of $34,850 for the Northern Capital Planning Grant for the purpose of hydraulic conductivity testing for the Dogwood Lift Station Project. Councillor G, Councillor Pearson, discussion? All in favor? Carries. And under 8.6, another hydraulic conductivity testing, this one being the recommendation $32,500 from the Trans Mountain Community Benefit Agreement be approved for hydraulic conductivity testing for the Ash Street Lift Station project prior to the Valemount Senior Citizens Housing Society funding announcement. Councillor Pearson, did you have any You're making that motion?
I'll make the motion, yeah. And just a correction in your verbiage, it was 22,500, not 32,500.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Blanchette. All in discussion? For 22,500. All in favor? It's carried. Section 9, bylaws and policies, 9.1. Village of Valemount Woodstove Regulation Bylaw number 838, 2021. Recommendation here for first and second reading. Councillor Blanchette, Councillor G, discussion. Man, I made so many modifications too. I'm still not in compliance. Come 2025. All in favor? It's carried. 9.2, Village of Valemount Council Procedure Amendment Bylaw number 840, 2021 be given first and second reading. Sorry. Village of Valemount Council Procedure Bylaw number 834, 2020, Amendment Bylaw number 840, 2021 be given first and second reading. Councillor Pearson, Councillor G, discussion. Just giving staff a bit more time. All in favor? Carries. No new business. Is there any notice of motion? Got time for 12.1, council reports. Councillor Pearson.
All right, February 10th, Community Health Collaborative, communication subgroup of the collaborative met to discuss our plans going forward, working towards a communication strategy for the new health portals. We are now looking at 2 separate portals, Healthy Life and My Health Key. And they don't dovetail, so that's why we're forced to, after some clarification, we will be focusing on both portals for everybody to be able to get all the records they require. I mean, it's going to be a good program. And once we get the word out, it'll be able to be used in a multifunctional way, especially through the My Health Key. February 12th, a special council meeting with all of you. And February 18th, Community Health Collaborative, we had a demonstration and discussion on the My Health Key platform and its functionality. And yeah, I think it's going to do some really good things for us. So that's my report.
Thank you very much. Councillor G.
The only thing I have is the special council meeting on February 12th.
Cool. Thank you. Councillor Blanchette.
So on the 10th, I too was at the Northern Health Community Collaborative with Councillor Pearson. On the 12th with the special council meeting. The 18th, we had the My Health Key demo for the new portal. It's not ready to launch yet, but it's looking good. It was nice to have that demo so we could actually be familiar with it. And then we could also sort of pick it apart and say, hey, why does this do this and this do this? And so I think it's going to be good. It would be nice to have one, which is the ultimate goal, but right now that's not possible. So we've got 2 really good ones. And on the 18th, we had a housing meeting. And so we're all progressing there. And that's it.
Thank you. February 12th, I had a briefing with MLA Bond and the Highway 16 and 97 reps. Joined you all here on later that day for a special committee of the whole to deal with a recommendation from Tourism Valemount. Thank you, Councillor Pearson. The 17th, at a Zoom meeting with Network BC and the Assistant Deputy Minister of Citizen Services, Susan Stanford, along with Chair Rob Gave, the Regional District East Kootenay, and Johnny Strelayev of the Trust. Later that day, had a report review with Michael Higgins for emergency management at the RD, and then a committee of the whole of the Regional District concerning region-wide budget. And then that evening, VARDF board via Zoom. The 18th started in the morning with the Regional District Environmental and Parks Committee, the Regional Hospital Board, concerning the 5-year budget, 5-year financial budget plan for that board, and then regular board in the afternoon. On the 22nd, had a briefing with Minister Osborne of the Municipal Affairs and Minister Malcolmson of Mental Health and Addictions. So really, I would say it's really neat to hear from 44 of your colleagues around the Northeast and the Northwest of just how resounding of a job it is to maintain mental health and addiction prevention outside of a pandemic, let alone inside of a pandemic. It was scheduled for 45 minutes, and I think we went for about an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Eye-opener?
extremely. You know, yeah, and some great work's being done throughout the Caribou corridor, sort of 100 Mile all the way up through to Williams Lake. They're kind of doing a little bit of a collaboration there for check-ins and things of that nature. So, yes, Minister Malcolmson has a big portfolio, and if you review her mandate, it is shockingly long in terms of, you know, it's not just a 3-pager that other ministers might have the enjoyment to have. It's a novel for what she's expected to get done over the next 4 years. And then today, had a briefing with Valemount Emergency Services, along with a debrief from last week's Network BC and Citizen Services meeting. We have a Regional Connectivity Committee meeting on March 1st, and the province has allocated staff resources to attend those meetings. So through the Southeast BC Regional Connectivity Committee, we definitely will have the ear of the province as we work towards connecting Southeast BC.
So that's quite promising.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it hasn't been done before,
Yeah.
so it's kind of nice. I mean, we do have representation at the Prince George Regional Advisory Committee for NDIT. We have a provincial appointee, but not from senior staff. Kind of nice. And that's my report. Motion to receive. Questions, comments? Oh, sorry, Councillor G, Councillor Blanchette, discussion. Councillor Pearson, Councillor Blanchette, what's the major difference between Healthy Life? I mean, I love it, I'm signed up, love it to death, no pun intended. My Health Key, what's the major difference there?
Healthy Life is a one-direction portal where you can get your information. My Health Key will be a two-way portal where you can actually have physical virtual discussion with a doctor. You'll be able to book appointments. There's a lot of functionality and the ability to have two-way communication on that. And it's funny, I mean, Councillor Blanchette said we would love for there only to be one. We're forced to have two. The clinic staff works with up to 9 different portals dealing with information, and they all have different access levels. And so, yeah, we're happy to have the two. So it was, when we set up the communication strategy group, it's like, okay, well, we're going to talk about my Healthy Life, because that's what we were seeing. And then we started, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, we've shifted gears. Now we're talking about My Health Key, which is in beta stages and it's not ready for release yet. So it's like, okay, well, we'll work on Healthy Life and get people going on that. Like you said, it's a wonderful system. I had to do COVID testing, and within 36 hours, the results were on my phone. You don't have to go to the clinic. You don't have to get a paper copy. Boom. Anybody needs to see, you can take a screenshot and save it, kind of thing. So, yeah. So it's a great step for us. and when we get My Health Key going, yeah, it'll be really advantageous for a lot of people.
Well, I mean, I had a X-ray on January 4th, and I had the results on January 5th, sitting on my desktop at home.
Yeah.
So,
Big thing is to try and figure out how we could get stuff from Interior Health, because a lot of us go down to Kamloops. So that was a lot of the discussion too, was, okay, we've got to be able to get this stuff too so we can see it. That's a bigger ask.
Yeah.
like, 2 health authorities talking?
I know.
Baby
But
steps.
it's-
Baby steps will
steps.
Yeah,
start
but you know what,
with healthy life. and-
we can't have baby steps anymore. We have to have giant leaps and bounds, and we have to push and push and push. And so that's.
Being
what-
facetious,
that's-
of course.
Yes,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the My Health Key has been proven to work. Some private medical clinics are using it, and they love it. It works great for them, so the footprint is there. Now it's just to expand on it, increase the functionality, and we're really advocating for Valemount to be a pilot location.
Looking forward to your communication strategy. Any further discussion? All in favor of receipt? Carries. Were there any written submissions for public comment received?
There are no written submissions and no public comments over YouTube.
Thank you. Without going to in camera, I will just ask for an adjournment. Councillor Pearson. Thank you all.
enough.